Malawi Today.
Zokambirana zinayamba mochedwa mnyumba ya malamulo kutengera ndi uthenga omvetsa chisoni umene nduna ya zamaboma ang'ono unabwera nawo. Uthengawu unali onena kuti kumapanga chipupa cha nyumba chinagwera anthu ogwira ntchito pa kampani ina kumeneko, ndipo anthu atatu ndi amene ataya miyoyo yawo ndipo ena ambiri avulala. Koma nkhani inapitirira mnyumbayi makamaka aphungu osiyanasiyana kuphatikizaponso ndi spika wa nyumba ya malamulo anazuzula mchitidwe wa ndale makamaka potengera kuti pali nyumba zina zinayikidwa kuti zigumulidwe koma mpaka pano sizinagumulidwe chifukwa anthu ena adakatenga chiletso ku mabwalo a milandu. Koma nkhani kwambiri anayikoka ndi olemekezeka Ayuba James, phungu wa nyumba ya malamulo wa kunkhotakota Central, ndipo iwowa adayankhula mogwirizana ndi aspika motere.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, for granting an opportunity to the people of Nkhotakota Central constituency to make a contribution on a point of national importance and agency. I first would like to extend my condolences to the families of those that have passed. But beyond that, I would like to propose that we have a more comprehensive reflection on the issue in general. A building has collapsed, and immediately we think the challenge is that some of the buildings are not worth their time and should have been taken down by now if it were not for the injunctions that were obtained by the respective owners. Well, that could be part of the problem. But I think the problem is broader than just legal or judicial. In Lilongwe, for example, a lot of places that should have not been developed for residential purposes have been developed. Rivers have been overtaken, river courses have been overtaken by residential structures. People have brought earth from different places to fill in river courses and develop houses. As I speak, if you drive towards the State House, opposite Four Seasons, someone is filling in a river with the view to develop something thereon. In the area 47, it's not a strange sight to see somewhere where water used to pass, somebody has filled in that space, they've developed it for residential or commercial purposes. Even where you have the new market along the bypass road, along the West Bypass Road, people are building right in the river. And it's interesting that the Minister of Local Government, who has jurisdiction over that market, is the one who is bringing this up. I want to ask the minister in passing to say, have you visited that place where you relocated the Waka Waka market to? People are building right in the river. And if you were to do that, in the countries that do that, you would have to have a lot of technical expertise, a lot of technology for you to be able to manage the water that still passes underneath. But in Malawi, we don't have that capacity. We just allow every Jim and Jack to build anywhere, including where rivers pass. Are we not sitting on a time bomb as a nation? Because if you examine the problem broadly, you will notice that the buildings that are just collapsing on their own would have been built in a place where they shouldn't have been built in the first place. There's a reason why in the natural setting of things, rivers are given, or water is given a way to pass. That you call a river, a marshland, or whatever you want to call it. And there is a reason why there is an upland where people can build. because the earth does breathe. It breathes like a human being. Dziko limapuma. Ndipo kupanga manyumba malo mene dziko limapumira. What do you want to I mean, can't understand. But all this is happening when we have authorities that have to regulate this. How often does the city council, for example, inspect the sites that are being developed? How often do your officers go around and say, you can't develop here? Surprisingly, all these people have leases. Government has given them leases, either through the back door or proper lease granted by the minister because they are politically connected. So while we point fingers at the court for delaying to decide on the injunctions that were obtained by those that had dilapidated buildings, we should also point fingers at ourselves as politicians. We haven't managed this country well. You can't be building anywhere and everywhere when the government is there. What is the government doing? Then why do we have government? If we can be that chaotic, why do we have government? I'm not saying this government only. It's been the order of the day since 1994. I'm not putting blame on the DPP government of today. No. Every government has done that successively. And we continue to do that because politics has overtaken everything in the country. So if we are to address this problem, today we are talking about it as a small tragedy because only 3 people are involved. One day, I think this country doesn't need to be told this story because we are coming fresh from the Social Hill incident in 2021, where a whole mountain came gushing and the water overran a lot of buildings. We were all there crying. But we can't even learn from that disaster and we keep allowing people to build in the rivers. What's happening in this country? Where's leadership in all this? Have we given up? I submit.
Korakota Central, I feel you. I feel you. I hear you. Only that we don't have to start pointing fingers. We should do this together. We are talking of buildings. You know what is going on in my head? Since I was born, I've seen tea plantations. I've seen sugar plantations. Now I want you to take a drive. Go and see our tea pickers. Go and see our cane cutters. They can't even afford a motorbike. Yet these people occupy large spaces of land. We need to sit down, they finance the lands, the local government. Lease deeds, they can always be renegotiated. If government is not maximizing its benefits from these plantations, it's better we take away those leases, grow apples that will benefit us. We need to make an assessment. How much forex are we getting from this tea? How much forex? Malawi has 3 big factories of sugar, and yet our sugar price is the most expensive in the SADC region. So it's time we start looking at these things and see how much best we can maximize our benefits as a country. We need to improve our people's lives, but we don't need to point fingers. As politicians, indeed, some of the judiciary matters we cannot discuss here, but we need to engage them. Some of these injunctions are bringing us back. I remember the issue of the Indira Gandhi Memorial Conference Hall. By now it would have been done, it would have been helping us, it was a donation. But someone decided to go and get an injunction because of a name. We lost out. So these laws sometimes need to play in a way that they should also help the citizens. If you go to lower states, every year we have floods. Some of those floods are man-made. They've pushed our people to the rivers They are planting this side. Our people are suffering, but what are they helping us? It's individuals that are benefiting, not the people of Malawi, not the government. So I applaud the minister for taking that stand, and as Parliament, we are ready to help. The Red Stars were done in, was it in President Bakiri Muluzu's time? Kamuzu's time. Until today, we don't have the guts to say, no, this should be done, because someone has put an injunction. So we need to work together, judiciary, us, and everyone, so that we should achieve the dream of our president, the dream of having a beautiful city, a beautiful country. It can be done with us. It can be done with us. Let's dream together, and let's do it together.
Mau amphamvu ochokera kwa sipika wa nyumba ya malamulo komanso Ayuba James kutirirapo ndemanga pa zomwe nduna ya zamaboma ang'ono idayankhula pa imfa imene yakhuza mabanja atatu ndi anthu ena ambiri kuvulala, ndipo nkhani yonseyi adayankhula mnyumba ya malamulo, ndipo aphungu enanso adapitirira kupereka maganizo awo osiyanasiyana. Padakali pano tikupasirani zomwe idayankhula ndunayi komanso aphungu ena osiyanasiyana makamaka pa nkhani zomwezi.
To thank the deputy leader for yielding the floor. Right Honorable Speaker, a sudden loss of lives in Blantyre around Mapanga, where a wall of a building fell on workers. We're saddened to have lost 3 lives as we speak now, but more are feared to have been severely harmed. Right, Honorable Speaker, I wanted to assure the House that my ministry, in conjunction with other ministries, we are looking at the matter. As you're well aware, public infrastructure in Malawi must adhere to certain occupational health requirements. Unfortunately, Right Honorable Speaker, you may want to take it up as well. You're aware of the Red Star, the so-called Red Star that was then introduced by the late President, Professor Bingu. Unfortunately, an injunction was sought a long time ago. The matter stands still in court until today, probably 15 years later. Along the way, another building collapsed in Blantyre, if you recall, which was housing KIPS in Blantyre, and the owner died in the building. Now, as a government, our priority is the safety of the people when it comes to public infrastructure. I therefore would like to invite all of us as Malawians, and indeed private sector and business people, to consider people's lives first, safety first. Otherwise we'll keep on losing lives. These are husbands and fathers to children. Who's going to take care of them? So I would like to request that even these matters that have been stalling, that have stalled in the courts for so long in the name of injunctions on the Red Stars, for example, until when are we going to wait? Are we going to lose lives and then we react? I think it's not helping. So I wanted to give an assurance that with our colleagues from Labour, Minister of Homeland, we are doing all we can to make sure that the public infrastructure is really living to the standards and expectations of the law. I submit, Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister of Local Government. Very sad that we have lost lives. And these are some of the things that we could avoid. But because, as you said, some of these injunctions are not progressive. But my office, be assured of any assistance that you require from Parliament. In fact, Where is our chair of local government committee? There he is. Please talk to the Honorable Minister. If they need intervention from Parliament, we are here to assist. Let's work together hand in hand. If we need to change some of the laws, that's our job. But safety of our people should be a priority. And indeed, also the coming in of new buildings would also beautify, apart from making sure that people are safe. So it's something that we are ready to work with your ministry, the Honorable Minister, and you just call us. We'll do the needful. Thank you so much. Deputy Leader? Deputy Leader, I don't know if you want to debate on this, but I thought the Minister has raised the issue and we're given guidance. But there's a Casina, if he wants to say something. One or two. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Deputy Leader. There's a Casina. So remove the point of order. You want to debate on this issue. You want to contribute. Yes, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, and good afternoon. Thank you for recognizing people of the Tagasina to add a voice and support the Minister of Law Government and what you have already said, Honorable Speaker. Mine is a concern. I was looking around and I'm not seeing the Minister of Justice, because for a country to develop and for us to move forward, we need to move together as a country. But as the Minister of Law Government has said, and as you had conquered it, it seems our colleagues, our learned colleagues from judiciary, much as they are, we don't have to intervene in their day-to-day work, but some of these injunctions they have overstayed. I was checking. I think it should be over now. It's now over a decade since the injunction for Lady Star and the Blantyre City Council was granted, and there's nothing which is moving. So I thought the Minister of Justice would come in and clarify through in this house as to what is the minister doing to engage the judiciary. So some of these injunctions which have overstayed must be relieved and maybe pave way for development to proceed. Or maybe through the chair of legal affairs, they might also help us to engage the judiciary as to what are they doing for those injunctions which are taking over a decade and nothing is happening, and the lives are being lost, like the one which has happened in Blantyre. I remember a decade ago, we also had the same. We had the same in the Kips accident, and then very recently, the law government, they are moving people along the road to a new market. Everyone can go and get a relief from the court, and that injunction will stay there for a number of years without any action being taken. So I thought the Minister of Justice can come in and clarify on that one. I submit.
Thank you, Dezakasina. Any takers on this?